Welcome to First Round Showdown, everybody, where we attempt to conquer some of the most challenging games from years past. This week, we will be looking at Donkey Kong Country 2. I'm your host, Slow-Mo. These are the co-hosts, Griff and Freedom Gamer.
What is going on? F rank just. Nice.
So, for those who haven't played Donkey Kong Country 2, players control Diddy Kong and his friend Dixie Kong, who must rescue Donkey Kong after he is kidnapped by King K. Rool. The game is set on Crocodile Isle with 8 worlds of varying environments, totaling 52 levels.
Set a 20-minute timer.
Donkey Kong Country 2 is developed by Rare and published by Nintendo. For the Super Nintendo, it was released in November of 1995. And also, special mention to the composer for the soundtrack of Donkey Kong Country 2, David Wise. He also worked on games like Battletoads, Star Fox Adventures, Super Smash Bros. Melee. I think he did one of the Banjo-Kazooie games as well. And Donkey Kong Country 2 is listed on price charting at $25.85 currently. How y'all doing today?
I'm all right.
I am doing wonderful. I was very happy with the game. Can't wait to get into this so we can talk about how much we all love the game.
Of course.
True story. First off, though, don't forget to hit that like button.
Yes.
Very important. We need that.
Like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed.
Hit the bell icon for the notifications.
Yes. And if you're in Discord, you'll get notifications from me before the podcast starts because I want everybody to be here.
True
So,
story.
if you're in anybody's Discord, I'm going to let you know about it.
Yep, we try to do the best that we can to advertise throughout the week and just before it happens, just before greatness happens.
So, there was no challenge this week other than just beating the game. But periodically we may do some challenges coming up, depending on who is this person who selected that game. So,
First, we got to give a shout out, though, to everybody. Got Shadow Lose in the chat, Chaos, Patrick Star, Freedom.
Freedom's in the chat and the stream.
And the stream, yeah.
I'm
Double
everywhere.
dedication. I'm also in the chat, but on my phone, and I just didn't feel like typing yet. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay footage. Freedom, you want to go first?
Sure, yeah. If you would like to roll that, as you say.
Roll that beautiful game footage.
Roll that beautiful game footage. Let me turn it down just a little bit. So yeah, I enjoyed the game all the way around. I was very excited when you put it on the list. Not only because Griff said he was not looking forward to it at all. I had seen CJ play it. Saw you play it a bit a while ago. Growing up as a kid, I had played and beat the first one a few times. I hadn't played the second or the third one. So I was really excited to get into it. Gameplay seemed pretty fresh all the way around. I didn't have any lagging or anything like that. For the time period that it came out, I thought it was pretty good. The sound effects were pretty sweet. The music was one of the things that kind of drew me into it. When I saw you playing it, Slow-Mo, and when I saw CJ playing it a little bit. Yeah, it was pretty great all the way around. I didn't really have too many spots where it was like astronomically, like, pulling your hair out. I like the fact that it had a pretty wide variety of enemies all throughout all the levels, and the bosses were pretty straightforward once you figure things out with their movements and how you defeated them. It was pretty straightforward with that. The only problem I feel that a lot of people are probably going to agree to with you, Slow-Mo, as well. I didn't like the fact that if you collected up a bunch of coins and your extra lives, if you had to save the game, leave, and come back, you actually lost everything. That was one of the things that I found out. Me and Griff were talking about it a little bit. And that was one of my only gripes about the game. Other than that, it seemed pretty straightforward all the way around. I like the fact that you could like the other games, you had your little rides, you had the snake, the rhinoceros, and all that stuff. Seemed pretty straightforward. The final boss wasn't too bad. He was probably the one that gave me the most problems all the way around. But other than that, yeah, overall, probably top tier game for me. Absolutely, man.
Awesome. Well,
Man, I
personally,
hated that boss.
I am very glad that you enjoyed the game.
Yeah, that boss wasn't. It wasn't too bad. The thing that was just annoying the hell out of me was when you're trying to climb to the next area. I didn't, unless you played it a handful of times. I didn't know where the eggs were going to come from, so the eggs pretty much were taking me out a lot of the time.
So the eggs are actually, they fall where you're positioned.
Okay.
So you have to just move
Constantly
at the right
move.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to move at the right time, and you'll
Yeah.
see that. Oh, you may not see it in my gameplay footage actually.
Oh, that actually, now that we're at this part right here, that was the only thing that I really didn't like, was the fact that you had to rev up the snake's super jump, which I can see why they would throw it in there, but that was the only thing that kind of annoyed me a little bit when it came to at least the toxic tower. So
I love toxic towers. I know a lot of people doesn't. A lot of people don't, but this, and I didn't at first, but this became one of my favorite levels actually. Toxic towers.
Yeah, it definitely kept you on your toes. I definitely enjoyed that part.
Yeah, it's very unique how they threw in like 3 different of the companions that you had to control, and ooh,
Yep.
gotcha.
Yep. But yeah, not too bad all the way around. One of the other things that I enjoyed was the fact of when Donkey Kong actually got released, he pretty much gives you a stage fatality, gives him a stage fatality at the end, and just smashes him does like a super uppercut. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of Mortal Kombat 2 a little bit.
When you uppercut him down onto those spikes.
Yeah, and then there it is. 8 DK coins all the way around. Not too bad.
Well, good job, Freedom, and I guess we can go ahead and assume that you beat the game since we saw you beat the game.
Did beat the game, yes, sir. And I definitely would go back to play that again if I didn't have to squeeze in trying to do at least beat the game within the week that we have the time allotted. I definitely could see myself going back and trying to not really 100% it, but do a little bit better, go back to levels that I liked, and explore a little bit more. So
yeah, it's definitely fun to try to find the secrets in the levels.
Yep.
Because there are a lot of secrets.
And actually, one of the things that Core Jester was telling me is I was watching him play. He said something about in almost every other level, every single level, there's a way to I don't know if it's a glitch in the game or something. Apparently, there's every single level there's
Level
a way
skips,
to
yeah.
level skips or something. Yeah.
At least like a portion of the level. I don't think it's all full level skips,
Right.
but there's definitely
The important one is the sprint at the end. You can take damage and go around the parrot entirely, not even have to worry about racing the parrot, which is what I did. Because that guy sucks. He's a cheating little shit, and I don't like him.
I did not skip that. I played that level all the way through.
No, it's crazy what you can find in there. There's a lot of stuff. Got some more people showing up. We got Frost here, who asked what time the podcast is. Every Monday, 6 p.m. EST.
Yes, sir. We'll be here.
And Rickles wants to know who got all 40 DK coins. I'm pretty sure none of us.
Be sure about that, Griff?
Slow-mo, maybe.
Definitely not me.
All right, Griff. You want to roll us into your beautiful game footage?
Nope, I have none.
You lie. I've seen it.
I lie. I do lie. But one of my favorite things is like all the collectibles. I'm a big collectibles guy.
Clearly.
Yeah. Oh, commands. But there's just all sorts of different stuff to collect. There's these coins. There's DK coins. As well as the coins that you need to save. I still don't know what those other coins are for.
The Crim
I know you
coins.
use the ones as currency, right? And then
The Crim coins unlock Clubba's kiosk, so you can do the secret world levels.
oh yeah, I wasn't doing those.
Yeah.
Um,
And this is where Griff quit the game.
no.
Just kidding.
So, minor complaint was talking to her. Every time I would walk into her place, I would accidentally press an arrow button, and I would go right back out before I could even talk to her. And then when I did talk to her, I ended up talking to her 2 or 3 times. So I would burn a lot more coins than once. A lot more coins than the 2. Which wasn't so bad in the early stages. But eventually I got to a point where I had no coins. And then I realized, hey, you can just go to a level, get a coin, start select out, and then just rinse and repeat it.
You
So
can.
even that became a minor thing later on.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah. Which says, love that we all talk about and show footage and talk about it. It's just so neat. Yeah. I look forward to this more than I do my live streams myself.
The podcast I look forward to from Tuesday to Monday.
Yep. Just think about it, get it in.
Honestly, what DK game would I like to see remastered? I would like to see a collection.
None of them. Keep that shit in the past.
They could just do all 3 and just put them in one game on the Switch, and I would love it. Just like they did with like The Lion King, Aladdin, and Jungle Book. They could just do that with Donkey Kong, and I'll be fine.
Do we have a favorite DK game?
Yeah,
I don't.
This one right here. This is it. This is the creme de la creme.
I've only beaten the first one and the second one now, so I don't really have enough of the. Yeah, I don't have enough experience with the series to say that I do or do not have a favorite.
Yeah, myself as well. I played all of them for the NES. I didn't play any of the GBA games or the regular Game Boy games. And like you said as well, Griff, I've played the first one and the second one, and I mean, out of all of them, with the little bit of experience that I have with these, I gotta say, this one was pretty great. You know, like I said, I would definitely go back and play it more to get more of the collectibles. You know, but overall, I think this will probably be my favorite out of all of them that I've played so far.
Hey, Ashley.
Hello, Ashley.
Collection of the trilogy would be dope. Maybe throw in the GBA demix for good measure.
That would be pretty good. The Donkey Kong Land series.
That's a pass for me. It's a pass. No, I would probably pick it up just to try them. I didn't hate this game nearly as much as I thought I would, if I'm being honest. Like I said, once I realized you could start select out and just go and rinse and repeat different coins. Shout out to Mrs. Griff in the chat there.
Ashley, make sure your boy's good.
No, I'm fine.
Griff is good. Good Griff.
But one of my other favorite things was like this. I didn't do this much when I was playing because I just didn't have the knowledge, but then I went and did this.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows. I love trivia, and being able to do that in a game to me is cool. Good way to get extra lives if you have the extra coin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just always like that, too, because like Griff said, I'm a big fan of trivia, so it's always cool to play those.
Yeah, I did well in the very first one. The very first game show in the game, and then once I found them later, it was like, yeah, I don't know any of this crap.
That's what this is. I didn't do a whole lot of the collectibles. At first, I was just trying to get through it, but today I had to go through and make more footage for the game, and I still didn't clip out everything I want. So I don't have as many clips as I wanted. You actually showed him in your video.
What's that? The boss fight?
Actually, right here. Yeah, this boss fight is my favorite one. The sword, I just really enjoyed it. I don't know why, but I did.
Especially when he started going all over the place, it made you kind of
Yeah,
he
it's
was
just a lot of
chasing
fun.
Oh yeah,
It's very interesting that you say that because that's actually my least favorite boss fight in the game.
really?
It is. I don't think it should be a boss fight. Like, I mean, it's not that it's like challenging, or anything, but like the sword, like everything else is like a real thing, and then it's like a sword.
A talking
Ooh.
sword.
You shouldn't be a boss fight.
I'm not, but I mean, it's a fun, neat little thing, but it's not my favorite boss fight.
Did you guys have a favorite animal companion?
Yeah, mine's that right there, that spider.
Spider was pretty great. I enjoyed the rhinoceros.
Yeah, I enjoyed the spider too, but I think that Rambi the rhinoceros is my favorite.
Rambi's great, but Rambi didn't get a lot of attention in this game.
No,
He didn't.
He
No.
was kind of backburnered, and then I think he was completely phased out in 3. So
really?
yeah, they switched it for an elephant that can shoot water out of its trunk. But
Oh wow.
for me, it's the spider. The spider, I'd play a whole game of just the spider. There, Rick.
Who else wants a game just of the
Chaos
spider?
says
Oh,
not
yeah.
me. Spiders are the worst.
I would play the spider.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, continue.
I was just gonna say we went to Kosai yesterday and we saw it's like Jurassic Park. We saw a prehistoric spider in amber. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
awesome. Dude, the spider, for as far as the companions though, I think he's the most useful. He's the only one that can actually he's got like a ranged attack, which is
and not only that, you can shoot it at angles.
You can't angle the shot. I never do.
Yeah, I the first time I played as the spider, I didn't really do it either, but it really came in handy with that level with the wind.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, and it made that so.
Oh, you're talking about the one where you have to like traverse the gaps and all that stuff.
Yeah, all over the place.
Being able to shoot those guys that shoot the barrels, super crucial for me.
Actually, that level is called Web Woods.
Web Woods, so yeah.
But that sounds about right to me.
Actually,
okay. Griff,
I wasn't done.
Oh,
I was not done. Whoever created this level, you're a monster. Him.
Not only does it look like the swordfish can't breathe.
He's like you're just sorry. You're just zooming through the living and suddenly you're a fish on land. Literally.
He's just trying to get back in the water so he doesn't keel over.
And not only that, but I'm a very impatient person, and that part where you're having to like belly slide across ice.
Yes, it's the worst.
Bull crap. It shouldn't exist.
And I got one more clip.
That's my second least favorite level.
And it's the game over screen. I like when there are consequences to a game over. So here you see them. Oh, I didn't clip the whole thing. But you see them in jail.
Oh, really?
Captured.
Imprisoned,
yeah. I don't know why they didn't capture that.
You messed up at Aaron.
Messed up, maybe. Yeah.
That's okay.
Brings us to our host.
That swordfish level is my second least favorite level, and my first least favorite level is Rattle Battle. That's the one where you gotta be the snake the whole level going across the ship. That level is awful.
Oh yeah.
Hate that level. That's my
mind the snake.
Yeah, I don't either. I
agree with Freedom. Like it was awful having to charge up. Like I feel like you shouldn't have to because I mean,
I see why they put it in, especially for the toxic tower to it gives you that, stress level a little bit when you see in the background the water's rising and stuff. But
I actually did not struggle at all with Toxic Tower. What I struggled with the most, I think it's called Crimland. Yeah, that
The amusement
whole
park with the
the
beehive.
amusement park. Hated it. I struggled with that so much. And it's like once I got past that level, that beehive level, I flew through the rest of the game.
I want to say that beehive level design is one of the coolest level designs in, I would argue, a
the
lot,
one where
like
you're
most
constantly
games.
going back and forth all
Well,
the way up
just like
top, or
just the whole like the aesthetic of it, and like the honey dripping down in the background. You can see the
yeah.
movement in the
Alexa, turn
background,
the
and
timer on.
just the whole overall design of that level is just perfect to me. Or those levels, I should say, because there's more than one. But I love all those.
I, on the other hand, thought they were the worst.
I'm sure you did, Griff.
I'm impatient, like you said. I like you. I'm
Yeah.
impatient,
Mhm.
and getting stuck in the honey is not a good time.
I don't know if
Yeah.
you know this, but if you
You
pick
can
up
pick them
your
up and move
partner
freely.
and run across the honey,
Yeah, I told Freedom about that.
But
Yeah.
but you can't
Jump.
be in the honey and pick your partner up. You have to be.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
You have
I
to, you have to
I
pick 'em
kept
up.
on it trying to inside the honey, and I'm like, I don't. Maybe it's me. It's just not working. So
Yeah, you have to pick them up outside the honey, and then you can run across the.
In fact, you can use the honey on the walls to stick to the walls. Is such a great game design.
oh
I
yeah,
agree. Hmm.
I mean, it is. It is. It's a good idea, but I don't
I love
like not being able to move, so it's a bad game for me. Bad game design. F rank.
Love it.
I want them tears, Shadow Lose. I want them tears.
All right, you want to pull me up there, Griff?
Sure.
And it wouldn't be a slow mo video if it wasn't just a montage of all the boss fights.
nice.
That's what we've got here. So,
Excuse me.
obviously, I enjoyed the game, and when we started this podcast and we were coming up with games to add to the wheel, once I found out these two guys hadn't beaten it, that was the first one that popped in my mind.
Yeah.
He did it despite me. I know it.
I didn't really, because I just love this game that much, and I wanted you to play it, hoping that you would love it too. Sorry you didn't. Oh well, because I enjoyed this week. It was fun for me. As I said before, the sword is just my least favorite boss fight. I just don't like it. It's just not for me. This guy is annoying too, mainly for the fact that I kept getting too close to him and he would just smack my barrels, and then I'd have to wait. This is my favorite boss fight, and I know.
I hated this boss fight.
I love this boss fight so much.
It was pretty sweet. Once I figured out what you were supposed to do, someone had gave me a heads up of the stinger. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I love that boss fight, and I love this one too. I love the climb to the top of the.
Actually, I didn't like any of the parrot levels really. Anything where you had to be the parrot was a bad time for me.
I agree for the most part, but I like that boss fight. I really do, and I've played it so much that I've actually gotten good at being the parrot. Now, King K. Rool can suck it, and
always a good time to spend with us, Hokey.
So I had him down to the last hit on my very first run of this boss fight, and he got me. And I just wanted to throw in the fact that I just got hit after I had already beat him, technically. And I've done that before. Griff was there for it.
Oh, without getting hit.
Justice for Squeaks.
Just hit right at the first time I beat it on live stream, I only had one character left, and I thought I had beaten him, and he shot that cannonball out at me and hit me, and I lost.
I died from that cannonball so much.
I just wanted to throw it out there, and I beat that whole thing. That whole video that you saw of the King K. Rool fight was no hit until that very last cannonball that I always forget about. So,
yeah, when you threw the cannonball in his musket and he shoots it back out. When he shoots it back out, that killed me so much.
Yep. That gets me all the time. But like I said, Obviously, I really enjoyed the game. Obviously, we all beat the game. I do believe. And I only got 2 DK coins. So
Just not trying to get them.
I did not try at all for anything other than beating the game. And I
I
believe
think most of the ones that I got were pretty much just by luck.
my next
Yeah.
challenge is going to be to beat it with an arcade stick. So
That'd be cool.
I've been playing around with that. Chaos was there for it. I beat Mega Man X and Lion King with an arcade stick. So now I'm just on a rampage to beat all the games I've already beaten with an arcade stick.
Nice.
I was fully expecting Slow-Mo to grab all 40 coins. I did think about 100%ing the game. And then once I figured out that I could run my emulators with my arcade stick, I thought about going back and beating the game with an arcade stick and reshooting everything. I just didn't have the time to do it, or I
Right.
would have.
Nice.
But so overall, good or bad? How do you feel?
Excuse me. Great. Absolutely great game.
I agree. It's easily top 3 favorite games of all time. Easily, very easily.
Not do Hollow Knight arcade stick.
No.
Nice.
I
Fully
know
expecting Slow-Mo to grab all 40 coins.
everybody keeps saying do things with.
That's
the
what
DDR
I
pad.
said.
I'm too fat and out of breath sitting here in a chair. I'm not doing it on a DDR pad.
2 thumbs up. I don't have a DDR pad either, nor do I have the space to use it if I did. I would have to move everything into the garage.
I have
I might do.
three. I have like 3 or 4 DDR pads. 2 of them are specifically for PlayStation 2, and I think 2 of them have like a multi-dongle connector.
Change your mind when you play Rainbow Islands.
I'm not going to do that. Yeah, at all. So, how did you all feel about the graphics in the game? Did you all enjoy those? I personally,
I enjoyed the game too. I know I gave it a lot of shit.
Griff, I already assumed that you were going to say it was terrible. Not gonna lie.
Well, see, joke's on you. I actually enjoyed it for the most part. Like I said, once I got past Grimland.
Yeah, I can see why.
Once I got past Grimland, it was. I still think that they relied on cheap tactics with the carts.
I like
and the seizure fish. I hated seizure fish.
Seizure fish, man.
2
If
thumbs
you're
down
ever in
for
my
me.
stream and I'm playing Donkey Kong Country 2, fully expect to be blinded by that fish because I will turn 83 times on purpose.
I'll tempt you to bring what up where? Dance pads? Bring the dance pads, son. I got a couple different DDR games.
Nice.
I would love to get hands on an arcade, like an actual DDR arcade.
Man. Gonna have to make room in the garage for that.
Yeah.
Slow-Mo, I definitely I thought the graphics were pretty good for what it was for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Pre-rendered I mean obviously not really pre-rendered backgrounds, but like, whatever the design was for the characters. I don't know if it was like a better claymation or if whatever it was, but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's just as much as the first one. Like I said, that I played from back in the day, but it seemed pretty fresh. There wasn't any lag or any nothing like that. I thought it was overall great for that.
Yeah, and I don't know if a lot of people pay that much attention into the games, but like the layered graphics on this game, like the foreground and the background, and like the movement of those as you move through the level, and they move at different speeds. It's just so like top tier.
It's ahead of its time for probably when it came out. I thought it was great.
Yeah, they did such a fantastic job in the design of that game.
You were right. It is pre-rendered 3D imagery.
Yep, pre-rendered 3D imagery. Yeah, but to me, it's just.
Rickle says graphics 10,
fantastic.
music 10, gameplay 7, A tier.
We
haven't gotten to the tier list yet.
We haven't. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah. I still do not think that the music is as good as Mega Man X.
and
But
we'll
for
never convince.
me, you will never be able to convince me that there's a better game with music anywhere. I love the music from Mega Man X.
See, when it comes to the music, though, I feel like depending on the game, like Mega Man X, all the games that I've seen you play, and the games that I've tested and tried playing, it's a different type of music, though. Like Mega Man is all about the power, the speed, whatever. With this game, I feel like the ambience of the levels and the soundtrack for each level fit perfectly for like that specific area. So it's kind of tough if you really want to say which one is better. For me personally, I think Mega Man soundtrack is great all the way around, and for this one, I think it's pretty top tier as well.
If I'm just being completely honest, I say a lot that Donkey Kong Country 2 is my favorite video game soundtrack, and I mostly say that despite Griff. Honestly,
Oh,
my favorite video game soundtrack of all time is Hollow Knight. Like I've listened to the Hollow Knight soundtrack in the car on road trips.
that's so gross.
Nice.
I love that soundtrack.
For anybody in the chat that is not me taking a shot, that is cough syrup. As you probably heard, I do still have a little bit of cough going on. I do apologize for that. Mega Man music. Mega Man music is insanely fast and love it if you know music. It's straight up impressive and memorable. Hard agree.
Yeah, I think we'd all agree that Mega Man is a fantastic. Has
Still need to
fantastic soundtrack.
play. You do, Hokey. Hokey, you need to stream it.
I think she would do an amazing job if she streamed it.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I
she
haven't been
does TV.
streaming it as much, so there's definitely a Mega Man X void on TikTok.
Felicia is here. Stay Metal is here.
What up, Felicia?
Hey, Felicia.
If you pass out on live, you're never gonna live
I'm
it
not
down.
going to.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Made a song based on Mega called 16-bit Madness. People loved it because they felt the vibe. A wild Amber appears. What up? That is Mrs. Freedom.
So replayability. Freedom already said he'd replay it. I've played this game just so many times.
I don't know that I would ever replay it, but if I went over to somebody's house and they were like, "Hey, let's play," sure.
We could parsec it, Griff.
We could. I'm not going to, but we could. We could also parsec Turtles in Time or Goof Troop.
Yeah. I also just want to throw out there something they added to this game that wasn't in the first one was the ability to throw each other. That honestly is one of the things that pushed this above Donkey Kong Country 1 for me.
I had that in a video.
Yeah, this the ability to like pick up your counterpart and launch them.
Yeah.
That right there made this game so much better than the first one. Just that.
And I noticed when you could do that in certain spots to make it to where you can kind of transport up to higher inaccessible areas. So I thought that was pretty cool, yeah.
And I love that mechanic. And I understand in the first one, like Diddy Kong probably wouldn't be able to throw Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong should be able to launch Diddy Kong.
Launch the hell out of him.
Launch.
That's one of the things I hated with it. I understand he's captured, but it is a Donkey Kong game. You could have called the game Diddy Kong's Quest without the Donkey Kong Country part. Would have been a more appropriate name. I understand like they had to tie it in because Donkey Kong is a name that everybody knows.
Right. And that's all it was.
But shouldn't call it a Donkey Kong game if there's no Donkey King. No Donkey Kings, no Donkey Kong name.
I pretty much know why Freeman hasn't played this game before. And that's mostly because he was a Sega kid. But Griff, why haven't you played it before?
Not to say that I haven't played it, I just never really cared enough to get it done.
Okay. Did you all find yourself dying a lot throughout the game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially on like I said, Crimland, but also K. Rool. Not an
Honestly,
overly difficult fight, but when you're actually doing the fight, it's
Yeah.
very easy to mistime a jump, or like I was saying earlier, when he shoots the cannonball back out, be looking somewhere else and just miss it.
Yeah.
yeah. Rattle Battle took the most lives for me. That snake level, hate it.
The one we were talking about where you're on the ship and you're jumping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like I would
I
either over jump or under jump. I just don't like that snake.
Yeah.
And honestly, like as far as like Toxic Tower goes, I flew right through Toxic Towers with that snake. But that one level just gets me every time. That's my poison pond
Yeah.
of Donkey Kong Country
Um.
2.
I fell through
It-
the slots a lot on Toxic Tower, but once I got past the snake parts, it was super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Once
didn't
I
have
got
that
past the
issue.
snake part, it was pretty straightforward. And like I said, the only thing that really gave me a hard way to go was getting the timing right for having to rev the snake up to do the giant jump. The first half of the game, I didn't really lose too many lives. Second half of the game, it was pretty much like every 2 or 3 levels, I needed to go back and save because I didn't want to lose a lot of my um spot. You know, not too overly difficult. Very enjoyable though.
I saved twice the whole game,
Nice.
and I beat it without game overing. So I think that was kind of expected, though.
Probably. When day 2, you were like, "Yep, beat the game. Here you go." I'm like, "Okay."
And I started it on day 2. Actually,
Yeah.
I think the whole time was about 5 hours, but like there was a good hour and a half break in Rattle Battle. I took like an hour and a half break and left it recording.
But he's got as much experience with this as I do with Mega Man X.
Right.
I wouldn't say that. I don't think I have
I
that
don't
much
know.
experience with any game, but I do. Like I obviously have like a decent amount of experience with this game to where I can beat it in one sitting, and it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Also, I don't understand the connection to Metal Gear here. I don't.
Because Metal Gear
You know,
Metal Gear Solid 2, because Metal Gear Solid, I think, is a reference to.
Where
Well,
I
yeah,
said
I
it
can't.
shouldn't be called Donkey Kong.
Well, like you were saying, how you're Diddy and Dixie. So why are they calling it Donkey Kong? In Metal Gear Solid, I was gonna say Metal Gear Solid is supposed to be about Solid Snake, but then the later games are still called Metal Gear Solid. So
Gotcha. Snake.
Snake
Again,
Part
I
Snakes.
didn't mind the snake parts.
I missed it.
What
What
did everyone
I
think
did
of the Toxic Tower?
I first tried it, Shadowloo. First try.
Mine was like the third or fourth try, but it was like I said, once I got past the initial snake part, it was first try.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The snake part is definitely the hardest part of that whole level.
I definitely struggled with the brambles. The bramble levels way more.
It's easier when you know that the Donkey Kong or the Kongs can touch the spikes, and you don't have to keep them above the spikes.
Yeah,
Those levels
yeah.
get a little bit easier.
Not a little bit easier, way easier.
Yeah,
I think it totally breaks the game, but
yeah. I didn't know if Freedom knew that part or not.
The one with
says you can play that game
the bird.
when you guys go up.
Yeah, on the bird
Yeah.
levels when he's carrying you through the spikes, you can
I
actually
was
go to the
I was
bottom.
gonna say I was halfway through. I think the very last one, and that's when Griff jumped in. And he was like, "Hey, did you know this?" I'm like, "No, I did not. Thank you for thank you for telling me."
Yeah, I didn't tell you. I told
It
Griff.
is almost game breaking though. That's one of the things I said. I was like, "Wow, that kind of takes almost all the difficulty out of this spot."
Thought Hokey was talking about the snake part of Metal Gear Solid 2. No, that's
No, she's talking about the snake parts of Donkey. The Solid in Metal Gear is referring to Solid Snake, right? That's what I'm saying, aka the protagonist. Then Metal Gear Solid 2, they randomly give us a character named Raiden. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. That's yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying like it's still part of that series, so it still
Yeah.
deserves the name.
Still
for
Metal
sure.
Gear, right? Or they could have just went with calling the whole series just Metal Gear like they started.
Monkeys have no hitboxes when they grab birds. Apparently, true life fact. I think they should
No,
learn that
in
in
Metal
the.
Gear Solid 2, you play as Snake, Sons of Liberty, right?
For like 15 minutes of the game. The rest of the game,
Still
you're
counts. Still counts. You at least play
yeah,
as him.
yeah.
I
He's
mean,
Monkeys have no
he's
hitboxes.
very
They grab
whiny
birds,
though.
apparently.
He's very whiny.
Snake Plissken from Escape from NYLA. So it's a reference and a reference. Yeah.
so
Those are fantastic movies. I definitely want to stream those on Discord one day.
They are great.
I think the question everybody really wants to answer to is how would you rate the game?
Ooh.
Hold up.
Griff, roll that beautiful game footage. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. Everybody knows where I'm putting this game.
Oh my god! If you guys have a better suggestion for a tier maker, by all means, let me know because this shit is not saving, and I hate it.
I'll look into something for you.
Like I have fixed this so many times.
But yeah, I can go ahead and tell you where that game is going for me. Right up there at that S tier. To me, one of the greatest games ever made.
This is an S tier. I'm going to rage. It'd be cool for us all to watch a movie on Discord. Hokey, we watch movies all the time in my Discord.
I would definitely put it at an A because like I said, it's the first time I'm playing it. And I went in with knowing that I was going to enjoy most of it. For the difficulty spike, the music, the gameplay was pretty fresh. And definitely replayability. I could see one of those days when I don't know what I'm going to play. That could be in a rotation of playing something just randomly. So I would definitely put it at an A.
Love snakes in real life, but they always seem to be difficult in games. Mega Man 3, Snake Man. I'm still stuck on Snake Man. I haven't played it since the only time I streamed it. It's super low on my priority list. I'll get there eventually. For me, I gotta agree with Freedom. I think it's an A rank. Pretty much for all the same reasons. God. That's a B. Move, sir. Yeah, I think A rank as well for all the same reasons. Well, I think Mega Man X is still better. I did enjoy the music. I like the graphics. I like the teamwork in the game. I like that you have to use a teamwork and it's not just a gimmick. There's a lot of games that 2 A's do not make an S. It's like an A.5 or an A+.
2 A's do not make an S, but
it would be right here, if anywhere.
After all the cussing, Griff, A rank it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I definitely cursed Slow-Mo's name a couple times for putting this on here.
Nice.
Yeah. I love that game.
More than a couple times, actually. It was quite profane. Would make a sailor blush, I'm sure. Is a lot. I do have to throw the Mega Man jab in there, you know? Mega Man's got to throw Mega jabs. Oh, you can't even see it because it's blue.
Oh, yep.
Alrighty. And just so you all know, I've already picked my new game for the wheel.
Sweet.
I have went ahead and included it on the list already.
Monkeys were sacrificed and went to hell for the A rank. Ha.
It was more than a few times.
What is the addition there, Slow-Mo?
I also for the Super Nintendo have chosen the game Excalibur 2097.
Oh, you were serious about that.
I was, and I've played this game live a couple times.
Yes.
Is that a bullet hell game or is that? No, what is that?
Activision.
It's more of a platformer, right?
It
Like
is
an
a
action
platformer.
platformer.
Yeah, so you're like you have a sword, like you're sword fighting out there, man.
Cool.
And I've always enjoyed what I have played of it, but I've never beaten it, so I want to try to beat that.
A monkey was sacrificing. What the hell for that? Oh, so which character did you guys enjoy playing as more?
Dixie, every time.
Terrible
I
choice.
like Diddy because he was faster. She seemed pretty not really slow, but you could definitely tell the speed difference. And I liked a lot more of the fast paced going back and forth and doing the platforming faster if I needed to.
Nah, Dixie was clutch.
I like the fact that she could do the floating thing and the helicopter ability, but other than that, yeah.
It's like playing Super Mario 2 as anybody other than Princess Peach.
I don't play Mario 2.
Well,
but
I'm just saying, like,
I feel like I had more control of Diddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey.
So it was more enjoyable to play as him for some reason.
I will say that any parts where I had to do like the rolling attack type thing, where he does the cartwheel or the hairspin, I preferred Diddy Kong for that. I did not like the hairspin attack, but
Agility of Dixie is too good.
For traversing the levels, Dixie to me is the better.
It's very satisfying when you cartwheel through like 3 or 4 enemies like consecutively.
It is, and I can't do it with the hairspin, but as far as like traversing the levels, Dixie Kong is the way to
sword fighting. The sword fighting boss.
She's talking about the Excalibur 2097.
Oh, gotcha. I agree with Slow Mo Pete. Yeah, I can see how you would say it's like that. Their little hover abilities.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like it. Maybe if I knew the levels a little bit better, and I would know where it's safe to like glide and stuff, it might be a little bit better. But for now, I have to say that Diddy is my favorite. I would play as Donkey Kong. I played as Donkey Kong in the first one, like all the time, even though he was slower.
And I did too. In the first one, I like the Donkey Kong character better, except when I'm racing Shadaloo.
There you
Thought you guys were doing co-op on that one.
I'm talking about Donkey Kong Country when we raced.
Oh.
I prefer Donkey Kong, except when I'm racing.
Won that, by the way.
He did by like 2 minutes.
Needs more X Buster.
If I had gotten through Poison Pond and not struggled on it,
agreed.
It would have been a much closer race.
Agreed. If I could show it, this is where I would show CJ's Donkey Kong. His Mega Man Donkey Kong. But that's his thing, not mine.
Is it time for the wheel?
It is. Let's find out what we're playing next, guys.
Here we go, man.
Let's find out. Let me give this a good shuffle here. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Hide, spin.
Please be a slow-mo game.
Griff choice?
Oh yeah, God. Son.
Griff is choosing the game.
Guess what's coming up?
Mega Man X4.
No, actually, let me see the wheel again. Let me see the choices. No, I'm gonna say Metal Gear Solid because I really want to play that.
Metal Gear Solid.
Nice.
For the PS1.
Yeah.
A lot, and you know what? A lot of people have answered for my last pop quiz, but a lot of people have gotten the specific spot of that game incorrect.
I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. But it is Griff's choice. So.
Do you want the truth, Rickles? You can't handle the truth.
He did squander the choice. It could have been Ninja 5-0.
You know what? Just for Rickles, I'm sticking with Metal Gear Solid.
I knew it. This is going to be interesting because I'm not not. I didn't have too much PS1 experience. So
Dude, I have played that. I have played that entry level so much because I had it on a demo.
Yeah.
And as soon as you took that the elevator up, it ended right there.
Yep.
So excuse me, that's all of the experience I have with it. And I feel like that's probably a game that I can stream. So this will be a lot easier to get done than like this will.
Nice, nice, nice.
Which has been a problem with these games because I feel like a lot of them I don't have the experience to stream. So I die a lot. It's a bad time. But this one I can probably stream and be okay with.
yeah, I'm excited to play something I've never played before. So
Oh, so you've never played any of the Metal Gear?
never touched the series.
Wow,
Ever.
that's cool.
Yeah, I need to try all of those before the remake comes out. Remake, remaster. I don't know what exactly they're doing.
Well, they already kind of remastered them a little bit because they came out for the PlayStation 1. And then the second one came out for the PlayStation 2, but then they also came out with the Twin Snakes for the GameCube, which pretty much remastered both of those.
Yeah, that's what he's saying here. Personally, I like the Twin Snakes version of Metal Gear Solid 1, but they're practically the same game.
Shadowloo, I welcome backseating.
Yeah, this would probably be a game where I not necessarily want to be backseated, but
I probably
hints and
also will
tips
not.
Definitely appreciated.
Next game is Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear
Solid for the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I accidentally.
Yeah, so whatever game you guys see on, or when you see a game on the wheel, whatever version is listed. So like for Metal Gear Solid, it's the PS1 version. That's the version we'll be playing. Metal Gear Solid is amazing. Hope you get caught at every corner. I'll have my handy dandy box, Rickles. How weird is it though that a camouflage is a box?
But the only thing is, you have to use the correct box for the different areas. You can't use the same box. You can't use the first box in the later areas because for some reason, that's why when you pick them up, there's box A, B, C, and D. In each area, you have to pay attention to some of the surroundings and you have to actually use the correct box for the area.
Nope, it's not the Twin Snakes remake. It's the PS1. Lurkin, let me know when you want some hits. Appreciate that. Well, the pregame has the PlayStation version need the game case to be successful, so look up an image of the back of the case.
Oh, yes. I remember that.
All right. Noted.
I completely forgot about that, Shadowloo. Hell yeah, good reference on that.
Metal Gear Solid 1 on PS1. Yes, ma'am. That's what we're doing.
Sorry, I'm working on acquiring the game.
Get ready for Psycho Manus. Yep. A lot of people thought that. Well, I don't really want to give it away. If anybody still wants to go over and check out my channel for the latest Gaming Sound Pop quiz, like I said, a lot of people got it wrong. A couple people got it correct, but a lot of people got it wrong. Seeing how we're talking about this game.
Is it the infrared stuff?
Infrared. Make sure your emulator can also change controller ports. Ha ha ha, yes.
Yeah, that one I know. I'm looking forward to seeing what it says about my memory card.
Wait, what happened with the controller ports? I'm sorry.
There's a boss where you have to switch controller ports.
Oh.
Well, you don't have to. It definitely helps you in the game. Is that the right one or no? That might be the right one. You're looking for the calling number right there, yeah, for Meryl. You need to make sure you have that available.
Okay.
Interesting.
I already know my emulator can't switch controller ports.
I already know I'm gonna rank this game enough.
I think you'd be surprised.
I'm just kidding.
Never played any MGS
Gear.
games? I
I'm
bet
with
you
you
guys
there.
thought I was going to give Donkey Kong an F.
No, I didn't think you would give it an F. I didn't think you were going to rank it as high as an A.
Oh yeah, yeah. This one's gonna be great. Like I said, I played it when it came out initially. Great game all the way around.
Wait a minute. $56 on.
Do you guys have the hard copy of this at all, or no?
I do not.
I might. I just found it used for 21. I don't know what the price charting thing is. That's Slow-Mo's purview.
I have the Twin Snakes for the GameCube. Has anybody else actually played and beat or come close to beating Metal Gear Solid in the comments? I remember playing the hell out of it. The last one I actually played was the third one, Snake Eater. I haven't played anything past that. I tried playing Metal Gear Rising because it was available on Game Pass at one point, and I just could not get into it. It was too anime arcade style slasher feel for me. Like I felt like I was playing an arcade cabinet, and I'm like, yeah, I can't. I just couldn't get into it. Same thing with Bayonetta. I tried Bayonetta a few times and just kind of gave me the same feel.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, 27 is like a standard price.
Yep.
I've never played the first one fully, but I played the crap out of everything else. Need to get this mask replaced.
Really good stuff. Depending on what I got going on tomorrow, I definitely will be starting this tomorrow after I get off work.
If I can swing it, if I'm not hacking my lungs out, I might start it later tonight.
There you go.
I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I guess I'll start it eventually, you know?
Right.
I've played and beat MGS 1 3 times on the PlayStation 1. I really like the game, though. It's great. Absolutely there, Nova.
I know Benny likes the game, too, so if he's in the chat, he'll be able to help as well. All right.
That is great.
Sorry, I'm trying to make my PS1 emulator work. I was just trying to make sure I had it all ready to go, but apparently I do
Good
not.
stuff.
If you have any issues with it, man, let me know.
I'm going to have issues.
Once again, like we said before, guys, we really appreciate everybody here hanging out, rocking out with us today on our third full episode, fourth episode in total. We had a partial episode to start off a couple weeks ago, but yes, it's great to have everybody here. Always look forward to seeing you guys here on Monday as well as throughout the week.
I agree. Y'all are awesome, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So we appreciate everyone who comes out and hangs out every week for us. So and interacts and asks questions and If you haven't already hit the like and subscribe button, go ahead and do that. And hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. Every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Frost.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
take it easy
I
there,
like it.
Hookie. Thank you very much for stopping in on your break.
Aw, she likes us. Heath says DKC2 best soundtrack. No, sir. Not as good as Mega Man X. Not to me, anyways. I understand a lot of people do like the soundtrack, though.
That's definitely one of the things that roped me in. The first time I saw, I think Slow-Mo was playing it.
He plays it a lot.
Yep.
Who do you think Slow-Mo has played Donkey Kong Country 2 more than I have played Mega Man X?
no,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not.
Haters.
I can tell you I haven't.
Haters. I just like Mega Man, okay? Don't judge me.
There's nothing wrong with that. Are you completely against ever playing and trying to go through completely Mighty Number 9?
No.
Have you actually gone through that or no?
I've gone through most of it.
Okay.
And it's not my favorite experience. Oh. I think we lost Slow-Mo.
Uh-oh. Hope his PC didn't shut down.
No. Hopefully not.
I see Mega Man being as more played in general.
Pretend that didn't happen, guys. I was just trying to close out a tab and I closed out the window on accident.
Oh.
Well, it happens. It's okay. It's no worse than ending the stream and just exiting out yourself. Mistakes happen.
Are you leaving and us being stuck?
Yeah, we were stuck. That is true.
Last week, yep.
Tried Mighty Number 9 multiple times, just can't get into it. And it definitely wouldn't be something I would stream, but something I would be willing to play for the podcast.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I got it really cheap when it very first came out, and I was expecting it to be a little bit more completely more like something on its own, but kind of feeling a little bit like Mega Man, but it definitely all the way around felt like, the spitting image within reason, the same idea.
All right, Hokey, see you. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, thank you very much there, sweetie. But I enjoy it. I mean, it's not too bad for what it's supposed to be.
What was I just going to say?
We are coming down to the wire, closing it out.
Yes, guys.
Suggestion for the wheel.
I already said it. Excalibur. Oh, for you?
No. I have a suggestion to add that is not either one of us. It is actually a crowd suggestion.
What is that?
That'd be cool.
Like where the crowd picks what we play next.
That'd be pretty cool. Let people in the comments pick something off of the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a thing we have to do.
Except Rickles. Rickles is not allowed.
Oh, I fixed my PS1 emulator just now, so we're good to go.
Nice.
What PS1 emulator do you use?
It's DuckStation. I didn't know about the whole BIOS thing.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
For a while, and then I thought I downloaded them right, but I didn't move them to the BIOS folder on the program file. So
got a request to see the wheel.
You want to see the wheel? I already closed it out when I closed out the whole. When I closed out the whole,
we can take a screenshot of it. We'll have you can post it in Discord or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or we can just post the whole list at the moment as well.
Yeah. But again, I just want to say thanks to everybody for hanging out with us today. I unfortunately do have to run.
Yep.
I have to do some work stuff, so
Got to break it out.
I appreciate y'all. Freedom, go get your dinner. Get your dinner on.
We're getting
Yeah,
something on.
I gotta do the same.
Yeah. We'll see you all here next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the same thing, except Metal Gear Solid 1.
Just as a
Looking forward
reminder,
to it.
don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon, all that fun stuff. Get those notifications in whenever we go live.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for stopping in. I'm Freedom Gamer 38, and my boys here, Griffey and Slow-Mo. I was waiting for you guys to continue. Come on.
No,
Dropping the
we
ball
already
here.
did that. We already did that.
Yeah.
We're done.
It makes it more fun to make it awkward. So,
Make it awkward.
all right, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Peace.
guys.
We're out.
See ya.